This is Sean Sunshine Strickland Strickulator, and it's been a long time since I've talked to you, my friends and family, and everyone else out there in the world of the Bay. Oh, wow, what a day, what a day, what a day. So, 2 months ago, I bought a dual-motored electric bicycle from an electric bicycle company, Model X, which was red and blue and the perfect, and only used a little bit, and 69 miles of usage, and dual batteries and dual motors with 150-mile range. The perfect bike to get a job. And guess what? After all this time, I've been investing money in this bicycle, including anti-theft and GPS trackers and locks, good locks. And I took it to get repaired, and about $3,500 later, here I am. I got hired to be a door dasher, and I was going to be dashing around the city and getting paid, finally, after all this time, a job that I could actually do and enjoy and do it every day almost. And someone came by this morning and stole my bicycle. They took it right underneath my nose, right out of the locked, gated community patio area at the Mosser-owned apartment complex called the Steinhardt Apartments on 952 Sutter Street. I don't know how they got in, but at 7:35 in the morning, I heard the alarm go off a whole bunch of times. I tried to go downstairs to the patio to see what happened, and by that time, they were already gone, and they had taken the bike to Polk Street. They were way downtown, and 5 minutes later, and cut all of the locks, made all of that noise. Not a single soul at this apartment complex did anything about it. They were like there probably for an hour, maybe. Wow. And I've worked so hard to make this happen. I've been really pushing myself to get in shape and get ready to work, and I even have Dasher store gear that's designed to be able to deliver pizzas and everything else. I spent a whole bunch of money on getting ready. It's been taken away from me. And now I have spent all day long on an epic journey with my attorney involved as well at the end of the day, my friend Donald Wagda. And the first thing that I did was I immediately called a lift because I saw where the bike was at. And so I took 3 lifts from my apartment to the different places on the, because I had real-time boost enabled, and it took a while for it to activate. It took like an hour. And so finally, on the 3rd lift trip, I finally, this Lyft driver named Robin was actually able to, she went out of her way to extend the trip and find the bike where it was on the tracker. And we found him. And I know what he looks like. And she knows what he looks like. And she was driving a Tesla Model 3, I think. And she has cameras all over the place on that vehicle. And we know what he looks like. We stopped. He was at a little corner up against the wall getting off the bike. And she yelled out, and I tried to get out the door in time to try and push him over and get him off the bike, but that didn't happen. He took off too quick. And I was already tired, and then she took off and then started chasing him in her car. She went out of her way as a Lyft driver to help me get my bicycle back. And we chased him for about 6 blocks until he got to a certain point where he went into oncoming one-way traffic, and we couldn't go that way, so we lost him. And then I had the Lyft driver take me all the way down to First Powell Cable Car Street, right there where the cable trolley picks up all the people. And the police met me. Officer Alvarez, or Javier Elizondo, I think is his name. And I have the badge number and all the cops that I met right there at 1 Powell Street. They took the bicycle, they took the information, I showed them all the pictures, I showed them the live, real tracking in time in Voxia GPS tracker that has like LGTE and GPS and Wi-Fi and satellite, all that stuff. It does everything. And 30 seconds updates, you know. And they took that information and they said, well, there's nothing that we can do. All we can do is take the information and we're going to send, they sent vehicles over there to look because I showed them where it was. So they sent them over there and then they took my information for about 10 minutes, talked to the officers, and then I went on my way. And Robin had called me on the phone because I left my alarm for the actual bike, because I brought the alarm key that sets it off so we could hear the alarm go off. And I brought the phone which tracks that. It has two alarms. So I got that back. Then I have her take me to the last location. This guy finally stopped. On Farrell and Jones. And we know where he's at. I don't want to give the location exactly right now at this moment until my attorney says that I should, but we know exactly where he's at. And here's the problem. Even though I know where the bike is at, and even though I have witnesses that were looking for the bike with me and trying to help me right there in front of the, there's a place that does the restroom right there, right next to a cannabis company, right there under Old Farrell and Jones. And the guy, his name is Henry, and he called me on the phone and he said, hey, you know, I saw the guy go into this building, this particular hotel, and take the bicycle in there. And now I know what he looks like. I know where he's at, and I know that the bike's still in there. He hasn't left the building at all. He saw us, he saw the police probably, and he saw me and the Lyft driver chasing him, and he probably saw me again. I waited there 5 hours. I had to call the police 3 different times. First, I tried the dispatch. No, that was like an hour just to try and get through to dispatch. Tried to file a police report locally at the Tenderloin branch. No, they said I had to call dispatch. Tried to have someone come out. Finally, a police officer actually told me, just go ahead and call 911. The ones that I talked to the second time around, who came to a restaurant that I was eating food at, tried to help me, sort of, kind of, but didn't mention anything about getting a warrant or being able to go upstairs. They just told me that the Fourth Amendment prevents us from even going into the building and inquiring. They were able to talk to the hotel staff receptionist that was there, but they weren't able to do anything beyond that. And then they said was nothing I could do, and you know, if they said that I had to wait for him to leave the building so that he's on a public venue in order to be able to track the bike, and then I could have to call the cops back. Once he leaves, then they can actually go look for him and try to get the bike back and possibly get it back to me. So they didn't do that. So I waited another 3 or 4 hours there at the restaurant, just trying to see if I could figure it out myself. I was so tired at that point. So I went back home and I recuperated back here and tried to just figure out how to take it all in. And immediately I knew I had to call someone because I was feeling horrendously awful. So I called Donald Wagner, who is one of my best friends in the world, who just happens to be my attorney. So he came right away. He was going to watch the Super Bowl at a bar, and he came all the way over from Walnut Creek, tried to help me out. We went one more time down there, and we waited in a parking garage. I paid for the parking. We waited in the garage, called 911 again at about something like 6:25 p.m., and we were waiting there for about 2 hours until they finally showed up. And these officers were a little bit better. And they did try to go into the hotel lobby, and then they said that we have to call back the management, or that they would, or that I have to call them and then ask for the officers again and have them try to call and talk to the building management, which we know who owns the building, by the way. We've been investigating and we know what this place is and who's there and all that good stuff, but I'm really tired. My soul is really hurting right now. I went to the Two-Spirit powwow yesterday, and I was getting a lot of healing from that. And I was there with my people, my tribes, my people, and it was healing. And now I wake up to this. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do tomorrow. But I do know that I'm reaching out to the community, and I'm going to just put this video here and see if anyone can help in any kind of way. I need the community's help because the police can't do that very much right now. I'm calling everyone I can think of. I'm calling Lyft. I'm calling the management. I'm looking for video inside of our building here, and then hopefully video from this other hotel. But I really could use some media attention right now. It's a $3,500 bike. I could use social media attention. I could use friends and family trying to help me find this thing. Try to find people that live in the area to find out where the bike is. I know what the guy looks like. Skinny, black coat, white t-shirt, about 150 pounds, 5'7", really short hair, like a little bit curly and black and brown with a little gray, probably like close to 30, like 25 to 30, very, very thin, and Caucasian, white, whatever, person. It's hard to tell with everyone, right? So we don't want to judge. But this person has my bike now. And I'm not the only one who suffers from this kind of thing in the city of San Francisco. That's why this stuff has been happening everywhere, to everyone, every street corner, every place, even to me now. Even to someone who goes around in a Supergirl costume sometimes and tries to do their best to help other people. So now I need your help. I'm trying to rebuild my life, and here I am, and I have a job, and I can't even go to work. Can't go to work. Don't have a bike. I need your help. I can't do this alone. San Francisco, I need you. So I'm going to leave this video right here, and I'll see you tomorrow. I love you. Bye-bye.